Today is Monday, April the 21st, and we have 5 sales today. Plus, I found the thing I lost yesterday, so I've got 6 things to show you. 4 on eBay and 2 on Etsy. Let's take a look. Alright, so here is our lost item, which was this much smaller than I remembered it being. So, but it's just this rearing unicorn with her baby unicorn, just one of these lacquered wood plaques. This one is marked made in Canada, and I paid $2 for this ages ago, and it sold for $18 plus shipping. And then our other Etsy sale is just this lot of, I'll put up a screenshot of what they look like all laid out, but it's just a lot of sewing needles. Most of them are just like giveaways from insurance companies, or there is one Sewing Susan in here. None of them are all the way full, I don't think. There are some sewing machine needles in there. Anyway, this came from when I finally sorted out through all the sewing notions. So I paid $1.20 for these, and they sold for $15.30. And then our eBay sales, we sold, I've had a book sale, I think it's 30 or 35% off, going for, I don't know, I think this is the 3rd week. This is the first thing I've sold from that sale. So, it's a Shooter's Bible. I paid $1 for this, I think, at an estate sale. And it sold for $9.10. And then we sold this 1973, I don't know if you'll be able to see all of it, but it's just like a cloth calendar. And I got this at an estate sale on half price day. I paid $7.50. It sold for $15. So it's cool to have and to sell, but not worth that much. And then we sold this pilgrim glass, like a carnival glass, like a cream pitcher, and I paid $5 for this, but I'm not sure where. I think I got it at the Samaritan Center. It sold for $25, so that was good. And then I think I also got this at the Samaritan Center. This is a something by Daphne, but it's a golf head cover or a puppet, whichever you'd like. It does have little Velcro hands, and I think this is the color that he's supposed to be, but I'm not 100% sure. So, but I paid 50 cents for him, and he sold for on offer for $7. I think it listed for 15. Someone sent me a $7 offer, and I just was like, sure, I'll take it. I knew I didn't spend much for him, so. All right, not too bad for a Tuesday. We're going to get these packed up so we can get them shipped out tomorrow. This is not Tuesday. Not too bad for a Monday. Hope we do the same thing tomorrow on the actual Tuesday. Anyway, I hope that you also had a great Monday. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Welcome back, y'all. Nancy from Nancy's Notions, and I have another What's Sold clip for you. Today is Thursday, April the 24th, and we have 4 sales today on eBay. I had some sales yesterday that I didn't film. I will put them for you here. Let's take a look. All right. I think one of the sales that I just showed you in a clip was the other shirt that I picked up. These are Jazz Fest shirts. I think it's called Bayou Wear. New Orleans Jazz Festival. And I got these for $2 a piece at a yard sale. And they're a size small, but if you see these, pick them up. The one yesterday I sold for $45, and then I took an offer on this one today of $38. So those are good. The rest of these are just kind of bread and butter. This little stained glass nativity scene. I'm not sure where I bought this. I paid $1.50 though, and it sold for $11.50. And then we sold another one of the train cars from the set I picked up at a yard sale. So I paid about $5.60 for this, and it sold for $10. And then this leather wrapped giraffe, I bought a tall one and a short one together at the Habitat for Humanity. I paid $7.50 for both of them, so I put zero buy cost on this one, and it sold for $13.50. Not a lot of sales today, but at least we did get some. I think there was one day earlier this week where I didn't get any. I don't think I got any sales on Tuesday. So I'm glad to have these, and I hope that everyone else is having a good week. It's rained all week here, so, and I think there's 60% chance of rain on Saturday. So I don't know if I'll be going to yard sales or not. There are a couple of estate sales, so I might try those. This is the weekend of the 411 highway sale, but they start on Wednesday, and it's rained quite a bit, and I don't know if I want to go and look at stuff that's probably been rained on all week. I'd only be able to really look at hard goods. I would be a little suspect of things because not everyone has a tent. So I don't know. I might go. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. All right. Again, I hope that everyone else has had a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Today is Sunday, April the 27th. So these will be our weekend sales, Friday, Saturday, and today. We had 10. I'm not sure. 8 of them were on eBay. None of those were over $15. I did have a fairly okay sale on one on Poshmark and one on Mercari. So, I mean, people just aren't spending money. Most of these things are things that, well, not most of them. Some of them are things that people need versus want. So, I don't know. All right, let's take a look at what we sold. Okay, another random assortment of stuff from Nancy's Notions. We will start with our Poshmark sale, which is this Nightmare Before Christmas snow globe, and it is a music box, and it lights up. So, and it's got Jack and Sally and Zero. It's pretty cool. I got this in a Nightmare Before Christmas lot that I bought on Facebook, I don't know, a few months ago. And I paid about $4. I paid $4 per piece. I paid $100 for the whole lot, and it worked out to $4 per listing. And it sold for $29. And then our Mercari sale, yeah, that was a Poshmark sale. This is the Mercari sale. It's this little ceramic Halloween house, Drax Shack. And this is from Kmart. I don't know what year, but that's what the tag looks like. And it does come with the light fixture. And I got that at an estate sale this past winter for $1.50, and it sold for $16. I had it listed for $20. Someone sent me a $16 offer, and I was like, sold. And then our eBay sales, we sold this Ford Ranger manual, and this is one of our, this is one of my husband's car manuals, so no buy cost on this, and it sold for $8.65. I think it was in my book sale, so 2 books I've sold on this book sale. The next thing is this Sound Design caroling clock, and it does work. It's a little discolored, like this part is kind of yellowed, and it seems like there was something else wrong with it. I don't remember what it was. Maybe something didn't work. I think that it all worked though. Anyway, whatever it was. I paid $6 for it, and that was at an estate sale. I think I went before there was a discount, and it sold for $15. And then we sold this E-Flot remote control, and I put batteries in it, and the light does come on. This was also something of my husband's, but I don't know if it actually works, and the antenna's broken, although I saw more than one listing had a broken antenna, so it must be a thing that happens. So no buy cost on this, and it sold for $15. And then we sold this pair of alabaster eggs, and these were 0 buy cost. They're a personal item, and they sold for $13.50. And then we sold this these steam mop accessories, or steamer accessories. And this came in some Amazon return stuff that my husband bought a box of. So, and they sold for $10. We sold this Halo 6-inch like a can light ring, and I think this also came from the Amazon return stuff. So I don't know. I think you paid $60 for the whole box. I didn't figure out what each piece cost, but it sold for $9. And then we sold these Lord of the Rings. You really can't see them. They look like those little licorice things from Harry Potter. Lord of the Rings, the Black Army, Risk. I couldn't think of the name of the game. The Lord of the Rings Risk trilogy, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I had bought the game. It had a bad box, and the board was bad. They'd been wet. But I did part out the pieces, and so I think I paid $1 for the game, so it worked out about 13 cents per listing, and those sold for $6.98. And oh, I forgot, this Angry Birds Chewbacca. It's from a Angry Birds Star Wars, I don't know. Anyway, this replacement Chewbacca, Angry Bird Chewbacca, he sold for $3.98, and I paid 43 cents for him. I bought the game incomplete and then just listed the pieces. So, all right, that's nothing really exciting, but I'm glad to have the sales. We did go, I think I've gone 2 weekends now that I haven't been yard selling, but we did go yesterday, and I will, we'll just take a look. My, I know it doesn't look like it, but my pile is getting smaller. I did have like a big box over there that had some stuff in it, and I got that listed. The pile of books that was sitting there, I got those listed. Some other, I finally listed the toaster. That thing had so many crumbs. I don't know what kind of toast they toasted in that, but it was just, I had to scrape it off. I had to stick a butter knife down in there and scrape it out. So it is smaller. It's just spread out. I need to put some stuff on the shelves. Okay, so the things that I bought are also kind of spread out. I got some, I've never found these before, Octonauts things. And I don't know if I'll sell those whole. There are some figures in there too. Or if I will just part it out. I think you can sell like just these things. So I have to look into that. I bought some plushies, as you know. I got a Bart Simpson, and he is wearing a Ultimate Punch Kick Choke Championship outfit. I don't know what year he's from. 2010. So I got him. I got this, I think this is Raja, maybe, from Aladdin, but he has a very long tail. And I paid $1 for him. I paid $1.50 for the Bart and $1 for this Raja. And see if I can find a place to set him that's not in the floor. And I paid $1.50 for this Scooby-Doo. I know this is a horrible way to do my, let's see, this one's from 2012. Just a plain standing Scooby-Doo. And anyway, a horrible way to do my haul clip, but it is what it is. I got this. This is like an embroidered Georgia Bulldogs, but I'm going to give this to my friend who is a huge Georgia Bulldogs fan. But they also had this one, which is a Shriners, and it's just a very nicely embroidered little framed a hanging thing. And I think I paid, this was at like a family run estate sale. I think I paid $10 for the stuff I got there. Nothing was really priced, so at a, not a church sale, but a sale in a church parking lot. Just individuals, I suppose, from the church. I usually don't buy precious moments, but this one was still in the box. This is we gather together to ask the Lord's blessing, 8-piece set with cassette. And they're sitting at the table there. All the pieces are in it and they're not broken. The original price tag was $150. So I paid $5 for this. So I hope, I didn't look it up while I was there. I hope that it was worth it. I mean, it's $5. I'm sure it was worth it. I also got this nice watercolor at that same, from, not the same lady, but at the same church. I think this says Amelia, so I think this is probably Amelia Island. And then the artist, Georgiana. But it was just a really nice, just noticed the glass is cracked, but that's okay. And then it has information on the back. Fernandina Beach, Florida. Has some information about her. I was trying to see if it had a date. Maybe that is October 81. I don't know. Looks like it was originally $48.50. So, in the same place that had the watercolor, I think I got this, this is Polish pottery. She told me it was from Honduras, and maybe she did buy it in Honduras, but it's Polish. Handmade, original, something, Unicat, Poland. But it's just a really pretty little dish. So we got that. I got a pair of red wood candlesticks. I don't know why. I just like them. And then they had this sticker on the bottom. I like it when things have names. Conway, South Carolina. Charles Lester's. Hold on. Charles Lester's. So, probably hand turned. By Charles Lester, maybe. And I got this metal, I think I paid $5 for the candlesticks, and then $3 for this lizard. This is one of those that just hang on the wall, but I thought he was nice colors. And because I can't not buy a cribbage board. I don't know, This one also came from that family run estate sale, so I'm not sure exactly how much I paid for it, but it's a nice wood 2-player cribbage, and I believe this one does have all its pieces. They look to be all in there, so, and not broken. I got this puppet. Oh, cave cricket. Come on, sir. There you go. I don't know. She just looked kind of Sesame Street. And I think I paid $2 for her. I don't think these are her original clothes. So I'm not sure if she has a tag or not. I just thought she was really neat. And then there's a metal stick in there that will, you know, clamp onto her arm so you can move her arm. So I'll have to do a little research on her. Same place I got the puppet. I got this fiber optic thing. It's kind of, I think they're dirty. So I'll have to try to clean it up. Plus, I couldn't get the battery thing off because it's a little broken right there. So it's got a battery in it. Hopefully they're not corroded. I bought 2 other battery operated things and they both had the worst batteries in the world, but they did work. And then I got this little clock and it looks like Hello Kitty, but it doesn't say Hello Kitty on it anywhere. It just says made in China. So we'll have to see if it works. It looks like it's probably maybe from the 80s. But I don't know if I can list it as Hello Kitty because it doesn't say it. It is called Beatitude. But I thought it was kind of cute and hopefully it works. I'm guessing that the little cats go back and forth with the clock. So I think I paid $1 for that. Oh, and I bought 2 pairs of kids' shoes. I don't know. I think it's just because they were colorful and they're in good shape. Kids don't wear their shoes very long. These are Pumas. And then the other pair are Vans. Both just colorful. So, I don't know. They were, I think it was $3 for both pair. And that's all that's in there. The Octonauts. What else did I get? I got this little wooden stool. I haven't had a footstool in a while, and they usually sell pretty good. I got a Magic Sound and Light Star Trek keepsake ornament. And this silverware, which is just made in China, but look at the handles. They're so cute with these little bubbles. So if they're not worth anything, I'll keep them because I do think these are cute. And I can always use silverware because, I don't know, silverware just disappears in our house like socks. What else did I get? I got a food and vegetable cutter in the original box. The box is not in that great of shape, but all the pieces are in there, plus the instruction booklet. So I've sold those before. I also got this book set, America's Premier Gunmakers. So we'll try that. And then the last thing I got this at the family run estate sale. This is probably the best thing I got. So this is like a portfolio of, these are painted Egyptian pictures on papyrus. And it's got a little history on the back. And I think they came from Egypt. But there's one, I don't know, there's 6 or 8 in there, and then small ones, and then one big one. So I'm pretty excited about these. I will research them. They're all different. very nicely done. So that'll be fun to look into. Oh, I also got these guys. This one is a Hallmark, and he barks jingle bells, I think. And then this one is a Jimmy from Walmart, and he sings On the Road Again. And I think his head and mouth are supposed to move, but they don't. So, but I don't think I've ever gotten a Jimmy that worked like it was supposed to. So, I've sold them all. So, I guess it doesn't matter if your Jimmys work or not. I mean, if they work partially, then someone could probably take that apart and fix it. You can move his neck, and when you move his neck, his mouth opens, but whatever it's supposed to catch on in there does not. So if somebody wants to fix that, great. But I just thought he was cute. And then those were the two things that had the horribly corroded batteries in them. I didn't use it on these, but I have used it on other things, and it works. These I was just able to like clean the terminals, and they worked. But this stuff here, corrosion gone, battery, spring, and contact cleaner. I got it on, I'll hold it still there so you can get the QR code if you want. But I got it on Amazon, and it seems to work really good. I just put it on with a Q-tip and let it sit for a little bit, and then wiped it off. And I don't know, I would say 3 out of the 4 things I've tried it on, it has worked. And I assumed that the one thing that it didn't work on, there was probably more wrong with it. Maybe the corrosion had gotten into the wires, and the wires had broken. So, and it wasn't worth taking apart and trying to fix, like those Noel lights that time that we took apart and fixed. So, but yeah, if you get a lot of things that are battery operated and come across the corroded battery debacle, then that's probably a good thing to try, because it has worked for me. So, all right, well, I hope you have enjoyed this What's Sold clip and my very sloppily done haul clip. I will try to put up comps on the screen for those things as I find them, and if I have looked them up by the time I edit this video. If not, then there will be no comps. So all right, again, I hope you enjoyed this clip. I hope you had a great weekend, and that you found some things and you sold some things, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.